Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chillin with Joey, episode 1. Let's get this show started, shall we? And we are live. Not really live. This is a recording, but still. Welcome. I'd like to thank all of you who are watching this for making it this far. We're only 15 seconds in. Great. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. It's important to me that I say thank you because without you guys watching, there'd be no point of doing this. I'd be just talking to the internet, not the people on it. Um, I can't believe I'm doing this. I really can't. And the reason I can't believe I'm doing this is because I never thought that in my 30 years of living, I'd be able to. Like, I thought something like this you'd have to go to school for. You'd have to get a full-blown education to do it. You'd have to have student loans up to your eyeballs. You'd be able to pay them off by the time you're 80. But guess what? No, that's not the case. You just need to save a little bit of money, buy some equipment, do a little bit of research on your own, and you're good to go. Luckily for me, I want to do this because if you don't, then you're not going to even bother. Lucky for me, I am able to sit there and put myself through torture trying to learn things that I've never known before. Never. I don't know anything about this at all. Hopefully this video isn't a telltale sign of that. But I feel that this is important for me to do a podcast. The reason I feel it's important is because I feel conversation is dead. Conversation, in my opinion, is a dying life form, not art form, life form. People don't talk to people anymore. People don't communicate with anyone anymore the way they used to, and it's sad. It's sad that we live in a world that I don't even know. Excuse me. We're like thousands of years separated from the Egyptians who used images on the walls, hieroglyphics on the walls, to tell stories, and we're doing the same thing with cell phones with emojis. Smiley face here, thumbs up there, little OK symbol there, and that's what that means. That means OK. By the way, I don't need anybody coming after me. We're reverting. We're going back, and because we're going back to images and one-word answers, K, just saying the letter K as opposed to OK. A whole letter separated. It's not good. I don't like it. Some of the best memories I've ever had were from actually talking to people, not separating myself from people. That whole social anxiety movement. I mean, it's to me it's ridiculous. I think that if you don't talk to people, then you're missing out on some of the best parts of life, because listening to stories like that, stories get told to me, and like a child listening, like sitting like at the foot of the chair, like I'm so interested in what people have to say, and that ties into the podcast, because what you see here isn't what it's going to be like all the time. It's not going to be just me and a camera and a microphone and whoever's watching. It'll be hopefully me and someone else talking across from each other, whether it's just friends, whether it's someone who I am interested in what they have to say, as far as like not an interview, but someone who has a story that I find interesting, and I hope you find interesting. I have people that I find interesting, and I know them. I've known them since they were children, and they still interest me. It's crazy. And the reason that is because everyone is obviously different, and everyone obviously has a story to tell, but you have to give people a chance to tell that story. If you don't give people a chance to tell the story, what's the point? Do you understand? You can't let people think that you're interested when you're really not. You should genuinely listen. a huge chunk of conversation is just listening. Most of what the problem is now is people don't listen. And it's not that, and I'm not saying they don't listen, they're not looking at you and smiling and nodding. That's not listening. They have to be genuinely listening to what you're saying, collect the information that you're saying, and then form an opinion. But too many people want to give you their opinion, not caring about yours. And that's not fair. That's not fair. If you just stop talking and let someone talk, you'd be amazed what you hear. You'd be amazed what stories they have to tell. You'd be amazed what opinions they have to give that could change your mind. But people don't want their minds to be changed. People don't want to get information from others. They want to believe what they believe. And that's fine too. If you believe in what you believe in, I'm not saying your mind will be changed, but you'd be amazed what you hear. Because even if you're done with a conversation and you can still believe in what you believe in, but you learn something new. And I think that's fascinating. Learning is fascinating, and you can only learn so much researching yourself. There's always going to be someone out there who knows more than you do, who knows things you don't. And to hear what they have to say about things you don't know could blow your mind. And that's important to me because I want to learn those things. I want to learn what they have to say about certain aspects that I have no clue about. Certain aspects of life that I have no clue about. Like there's people I know who were in the military and learned a whole different view of life that I could ever learn. I know a kid. He's only a kid. He's 16. He knows more. I swear to God, he knows more about pro wrestling than I've ever seen. And I'm not a huge pro wrestling guy, but it's amazing to hear this kid. He knows the storylines. He could tell you who's gonna win because of which story. It's crazy. I know another kid. Well, kid. He's my age. I know another guy who's so into football that he could guess when someone's. He could guess what play's gonna happen. He could guess when someone's going to retire, when someone should retire. It's crazy. I don't know much about football either, and to hear what he's saying and then watch it unfold is pretty amazing. It's nuts. I mean, the things you can hear from people. There's a girl I know who's an unbelievable artist, and her artwork, to get out there, she could use this platform that I'm starting. She could start here and then do her own thing or do her own. I don't care how she does it. She's just an amazing artist. And if she wants to come on here and showcase some of her art, when she gets inspiration from things like that. My wife is such an interesting person that people would rather talk to her than talk to me. And that's a fact. The only difference is between her and I is she heard that I wanted to start a podcast and kind of rolled her eyes at me like, yeah, this will be another hobby that you get bored of. And she might be right. I hope she's wrong, but she might be right. But she's the most interesting person I know. She's hilarious. If I ever brought her on the show, she'd get more likes, and you guys would tell her to start her own channel and kick me to the curb. It's true. But it's one of those things that if you listen to people, everyday people, you find more about yourself. It's crazy to think that your opinion is the only opinion. Listen to people. If you took 2 seconds to listen to what somebody had to say and genuinely grasp what they're saying and form opinions on what they say, you'd be amazed what you think yourself. You'd be amazed what you could come up with after learning what they spoke about. It's insane. I feel that we're going in the right direction with all these podcasts, but we're still stuck in some sort of middle ground with the lack of conversation. My biggest inspiration to why I wanted to start this podcast was, and I'm going to sound like such a fanboy, is Joe Rogan. That man's podcast, if you sit, and I'm not saying all his podcasts are amazing. They're all pretty much the run of the mill. He talks to people and people talk to him, but it's who he has on there that are just, they blow my mind. Some of the smartest people he has on there. Professors, authors, comedians, and in a room. It's just him and them in a room at a table talking. That's the point. They're talking and he's listening. And the things that he says he's an idiot. I mean, look no further than idiot number one. But he says he's an idiot, but he's actually a really smart man. And the way he can talk to people and they can talk to him is really inspirational to why and how I want to do my podcast. And I want to say thank you to him, but again, at the risk of sounding like a fanboy, thank you for having this setup that just made it seem so appealing. And I'm gonna continue to do mine in a way that I feel fits me. Things could change, things could grow, things could be different. I might not like how things are set up for certain things, and I might change them. That's on me. But to watch his podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast, it was a huge inspiration for how and why I wanted to do mine. And for that, I say thank you. He definitely, it was one of those things where you watch a video or you hear somebody say something and it was like glass shattering in your mind, and you're like, wow, he's right. I could do this too. He tells everybody on his podcast, you could do a podcast. And I'm like, hey, why can't I? So I did. And here we are. So you'll see me talking hopefully with someone else. I'd love to get people on here, mostly friends and family, because those are the people that I can talk to for hours. I'm not going to say the show is going to be Lord of the Rings long, but it's something that I can just sit and let it go for a while. And obviously I want everyone to be interested, and I want the content to be interesting enough that it can help grow the channel. Views, likes, subscribers, all those numbers. The one thing you'll never see me do is tell you guys what to do. I'll never, because I don't do it, and I hate when other YouTubers do it. Make sure you leave a like and a comment and hit the bell and subscribe. Do I want you to? Yes, absolutely. Am I going to tell you halfway through the video, like I'm going to cut it here, put a little information about commenting on the channel? No, I feel that's jamming it down your throat, and people are smarter than that. So if you like it, great. I want you to like it, absolutely. But do it of your own free will. I'm not gonna spend too much time worrying about how much negative and positive feedback I'm getting as far as people telling me what they think of me on a personal level. I don't know you, so it's not like it matters that much. I want you to like the content, but it doesn't really. Like, I hate reading negative comments, mainly because they're usually all cruel. They're not really, and that's what I mean by not caring. Obviously, I care what you have to say, but I don't. The negative comments is mainly what I mean. Is I don't really care about the negative comments because they're usually just mean. They're not procreative. Obviously, you need feedback if you want to evolve, if you want to grow and make things better. But the negative comments, as far as being cruel and mean and things like, I can't stand that. I can't. There's no need. There is no need. It's not necessary, and it's not really helping anyone. You're not helping anyone. You're just helping yourself. And I feel that if I have people on the show, I want them to understand that you're here to voice your opinion, and your opinion is your opinion. But I don't have to read it. It's not nice. That's just me. I don't. If I read comments and I just shake my head at someone who's putting in an effort to do something. This podcast, video game stream, things like that. They're putting in an effort, and you're just saying things that I didn't even hear in high school. There's no need. But I want to hear what you have to say as far as what you think of the video and what do you think could be better or worse, or things that could help improve. Those things, that's constructive criticism. Those things are needed for everyday life. But if you're gonna sit here and say, "Hey, you fat bald bastard, get off the camera," the I'm surprised you got a camera with an angle that wide, like things like that, I've heard them. I don't need to read them too. So save your time. Anyway, I want everyone watching this to understand that this is something that I've really wanted to do, and I'm doing it now, and you could too. And the best part about it is that it's once you start, like I'm starting now, once you start, it's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling. Like I'm sitting in a room right now looking at a camera, talking to the camera. I mean, obviously people will watch this after, but it's pretty surreal. It's pretty surreal. And I hope that you guys enjoy the content, and I hope you guys come back for more. I hope, I'm going to just say hope for the rest of the video. I want to do an episode a week. I have a day job. I can't devote my life to this right now. If I blow up and the internet loves me and I can be, who was it, Sally Field, you love me, you really like me. If that can happen to me and I can just take YouTube by storm and I can make money off it, fantastic. Will that happen? Highly doubtful. But this is something for me to do for you. So once a week, I feel is sufficient. You can find me on Facebook. I have a page created for the channel, Chillin with Joey, on Facebook. I'm gonna get Twitter and Instagram, and there'll be updates for that. But for now, it's the YouTube channel, and you can find Chillin with Joey page on Facebook. I'm new to the YouTube thing. This is the newest thing to me right now. I have no idea how to do links in the video. I don't know how to do any of that. What I do know is that I'm going to keep doing it so that I can learn. I'm excited. And I hope you guys and gals come away from this with the thought in your head that, listen, it's for fun. It's for fun, and it's for information, not necessarily it's for conversation. You hear things that you normally wouldn't hear. You get opinions that you normally wouldn't hear. You get life views and life stories that otherwise you wouldn't hear. And they're all over the internet. All over the internet. I'm not saying that mine is the only one or the best one, but I want mine to be mine. You know what I mean? There's many out there, but this one is mine. And I hope you guys come back. I hope you guys enjoyed this little snippet. This is just a little introduction to get the channel going. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back for more. Hopefully next time I will have someone here to talk to. Maybe my wife. You guys will find her hilarious. Everybody else does. I think I'm funny. Anyway. Thank you. If you're watching this, I want to say thank you for watching. I want to say that there will be more content. I will continue to do this. I will continue to grow and be better at it. And if the time ever comes where I do get enough followers, I'd like to do more episodes instead of just one a week. But we'll see what time has in store for us. Right now, this is what I have. I hope you enjoy it, because I'm having fun. I'm having fun. So I will see you all another time. You guys take care of each other out there. Be safe. Be smart. Don't be me. Don't be a dum-dum. Take care, everyone.